the feeling of wearing your traditional clothes, when culture is speaking through your fashion sense, is what has inspired the social media outrage. Through President John Dramani Mahama's state visit to Zambia. Now, what was supposed to be a diplomatic visit turned into a fashion criticism, okay, whereby President John Mahama wore a smock, right? Fugu bakateri, as we call it in Ghana, the one I'm wearing right now.
The smock weavers in Ghana will be very happy, because I, by power of social media, have giving them branding and marketing that they couldn't ever have dreamed of ever getting, and I'm sure that by the time I leave here, the number of searches for Fugu, Batakari, and Smoke, is going to be quite high. And it was just because of an innocuous statement. People were commenting about my arrival. And one person said, "Oh, but what blouse is he wearing?" That's it. And it triggered a whole social media firestorm.
That he wore it to Zambia as an indication of one of his purpose is to actually project made in Ghana ways. Like, it don't make people know, see, like, Charlie, they believe in our crafts, our artisans, and anything that has to do with Ghanaian made artifacts or products or wares. So President John Mahama proudly wore a smock to Zambia, and one person actually identified the smock as more or less like a blouse, a woman's blouse, that eventually led to the viral band between Ghana and Zambia online, if you saw it, and it has turned into a fashion advantage for people that are into smoke making. That right now, smoke has become a trend in Ghana right now. That's right as I'm speaking to you, we are in a Smoke Friday. Okay, that's most people are posting their smoke wear, and as even in the Parliament of Ghana, most of the ministers were actually in smoke to show their solidarity and also to deepen the culture heritage of Ghana. Now, after this issue, President John Mahama was in an interview, and then he was asked about the whole incident. But what I really like about the fact that President John Mahama, Charlie, he's you. President John Dramani Mahama had a way, he always has a way that he has a sense of humor. So he sort of understood it in a lighter sense and then sort of took it from a different perspective. And he was like, okay, so because of this, he's actually promised to send some smoke to the president of Zambia to also maybe if he can also use it as a form of business in their country in solidarity and in support to deepen the friendship between Ghana and Zambia. In return, the president also gifted him something that he said he will keep it at his office in memory of the president. But the whole thing has actually led to a very profitable industry for smoke makers. And that is what I believe that it's something that we should look at, because it's not like we didn't know that smoke was existent. I mean, me, for instance, I've not really been a big fan of wearing, clothes like smoke, because I like very simple wears. But I feel this is my first time, and it feels very good on me, and it feels different in the right way. And yeah, so I mean, if this conversation didn't come up, I'll probably not be in the position to wear my Fuguzi. It's all Fugazi. Right now, we move from Fugazi to Fuguzi. Well, they do Fuguzi. So with the Fuguzi, they go. So it feels good to embrace culture and in a fashion sense, to stand for what you believe as a country, and to sort of promote the nationalistic agenda of pushing the made in Ghana products out there. And this has also led to a very important question, that sometimes is it that when people start something like a business, sometimes the power of social media has led to an unexpected turn of event for most business people, because there are people that have started business for so long, and you realize that a certain trend comes in, and all of a sudden people are rushing towards that end. An example is how much but Shea Butter Museum that was in Accra. I mean, it's been in Accra for so long, and according to her, it was even something that when she was starting, a lot of people were not even in agreement of her because they felt like it wasn't a really feasible business. But she believed in a dream, and because of iShow Speeds coming to Ghana, now Shea Butter or Hamama's Museum has become one of the hottest business spots in Ghana here. And now we are in a smoke season whereby a very, how do I say, a comment intended to mock has actually led to a huge rave of people rushing to buy smoke in Ghana. So I believe that this really outlines how powerful social media has become and how it's necessary to sort of believe in what you are doing as an artisan and then hope and then work hard and hope that at least one day something like this will happen to you, like trends like this will happen, and then all of a sudden your business will also end up feeling this kind of advantages that the smoke owners or the smoke crafts are actually feeling right now in Ghana here. So in case you are wondering why maybe you go online and there's a lot of smoke Fugu, people wearing Fugu, and you are wondering, this is the reason why our president has actually paved the way for that kind of culture or that kind of a business to bloom. And we are very happy that at least we have that kind of how do I say, a president that understands the trends and how social media is heavily in a certain sense connected to nation building in a certain sense, and he is in a way using his power to revitalize and re-channel the bad energy that is thrown in relation to some of these things, and now he's turned into something positive. Even though there's a huge banter between Ghanaians and Zambians now, but the positives is right now is it has led to the patronage. People are now patronizing smoke a lot because why not? I mean, this is our national heritage, and this is what we believe that it's our culture in Ghana. So it's a beautiful scene. I think at this point in our developmental stage as Ghanaians, there are sort of there are things that yes we are battling with, there are struggles that we are battling with, but I believe that in a larger scale we've experienced some level of relief when it comes to how the government is actually putting things in place and how they are actually controlling things, and we are appreciative of that in a certain sense, and you can actually see the kind of positive feedback that is coming from them. This is even non-political. This is not non-partisan. Okay, this is even when you are not political like myself, or you are always standing in the middle. It's actually it's worth saying that we are seeing a different light when it comes to governance. Not to say that the old governance wasn't doing something good. I mean, they did their best with regards to the resources and the quality of the human resources they had available. But I believe that in relation to what we are seeing now, we've seen a more advanced management of things in Ghana here. And what we are hoping for is it continues for their 4 years reign. And we won't say that, okay, the first year was nice, but the subsequent years were not so good, as some governments also in the past has also taught us in this country. So with that one said, I believe that we are in the right place, and I'm very happy that we are pushing this smoke agenda and we are pushing this cultural agenda. And also we saw another video of President Mahama on stage whereby one lady was almost falling and then he caught the lady, and it's also like it's something that's also trending on the internet, and people also believe that it's in a way sort of it's symbolic for how he's also in a way saving the economy or the country, and how his decisions have been for this country so far, as I mean he's taken on the mantle of leadership in Ghana here. So it's a Smoke Friday, and we are Fuguzing, okay? And if in case you've not seen or you have not realized why we are wearing smoke, this is the reason that we are patronizing our national heritage. With that one said, I'll end today's edition of Trends here. The name remains Donald, not Trump. And of course, I'm very happy that you get to do this with us and witness the growth of what is to become a masterpiece and one of the biggest media houses in Ghana and in Africa. And I'm very happy that you are joining the trend, and then you are tagging along and giving us the fuel, the attention to actually move from one space of development to the next one. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. And if you have not subscribed, join the train, and don't forget to also like it, to also push our content to the algorithm for us to actually generate more energy and more zeal to do more for you. With that one said, I'll end today's edition. The name remains Donald, not Trump. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.